What's up, guys? This is Maskivelli. Today I want to talk about how society is for women. Well, mostly, in my opinion. It's geared for women. Just think about how the structures are set up and think about just the differences between men and women and the different temperaments that men and women have. We are the same species, but, very different, right? The duality is very interesting, men and women. It's very polarized or dimorphic. I'm not sure if that's the right word I'm using, but it's very very interesting. And I can remember, being in school, right? Because you got to think, you have to go to school, right? In America, 12 years, really a little bit more, if that's what you decide to do, right? But 12 years is a long time, and just about every day, right? You have to go sit in this classroom, right? And in the early years, it's just one teacher, right? You got your kindergarten teacher and preschool, and I forget what grade that you start having multiple classes, but yeah, they want these young boys to sit in these classrooms with these potentially uninteresting or sometimes repulsive teachers. And some of them are just doing a job, right? And, especially if you're in the inner city, you don't have some of the best teachers. And in fact, I remember some classes I had a substitute teacher every other day sometimes, and, I went to some different type of schools. I went to some schools that were a little better as far as academia goes, and I went to some schools that were suffering a little bit, right? Where I live, you drive a couple miles in any direction and things can change pretty drastically. So, yeah, my parents were divorced, so I went to schools on either sides, right? So, yeah, so, I just remember being in school and being very bored, very uninteresting, and keep in mind, well, put it in your mind that I was in the gifted program or considered gifted or, whatever that entails, right? I guess why they designated me that, I don't know. I guess I took some tests, but I do remember being in first grade or kindergarten or whatever the youngest class you could be in is. I keep forgetting, but I remembered all 50 states and sung it in a song and, all this stuff. And I just remember going to school and completing these tasks over and over and over and over again. Being the fastest to learn this, the fastest to learn that. And, I got very bored in school, painfully bored in school, and I stopped liking school. I stopped liking school a lot, right? And it became hard to focus, especially with a lot of stuff that was going on. And the reason why I'm talking about this is because, when boys are young, it is hard for us to sit still. It is difficult for us to sit still. On the other hand, right, women, they seem to like school, right? They already have the social thing going on where they like to talk and stuff like that. They like to socialize amongst each other, and they like authority, right? Or maybe like is maybe not the right word. Women are contoured towards authority. They contour themselves towards authority a lot easier than men do. Um, Maybe that's not the right word I'm looking for, but women are more docile than men. They could sit in a classroom for hours upon hours and stay focused on the teacher. And plus, they mature faster, right? And, women are a little more forgiving when it comes to certain type of institutionalization, scenarios. So you got to think about that, right? I mean, men like to run around. We like boys, at least men too. But boys, we're hands on. We need to, we need to do things. We need to run around. We're not meant to sit down for 8-10 hours a day or whatever it is, and then you get 30 minutes to go and frolic around in the sand or whatever, and before you know it, here comes that bell and you're hustling back and you barely got to eat your food. I remember when they gave us an hour away from the the dictatorship. I thought that was something special, right? And then so after school, you go to the workforce. It's the same thing, right? It's the same thing at the workforce. You go there, you have to, you dedicate so much time to sit there. And not only that, you're competing with the other half of the population now. And I don't think society is fully adjusted to that yet. Because, obviously I wasn't around, 50, 60, whatever years ago, or 70, I don't know, before women got into the general work space, there's a lot of things happening in society that, we don't know the outcomes of it, just like the cell phone, right? The instant linking up of things, right? It's kind of cheapened interactions in a way, drastically, right? That instant gratification, the vanity thing going on, and look at me, I'm online, and this is the cool stuff I bought, right? We don't know the implications of all these changes in this the most advanced society, right? Maybe not the most advanced anymore. I don't know about China and whatever. I don't know, right? As far as the military goes, yeah, we're the most advanced, and that is where the most tech is, I guess. But hey, these other countries they're on our heels, But young men are dropping out of college, and at such fast rates. And it's a shame. It's a shame. It's almost like society is just it's not tilted towards men at all, really, like it's just a very very interesting thing, but um and I understand the desire, or that it's good to diversify things, and to an extent, right? But I just feel like this whole Me Too movement and all the stuff going on right now, You know, there's complaints about the wage gap, and, you know, at the high end of the spectrum, you know, the engineers and the hard jobs, men do those jobs most of the time. Most of the time, right? Men will toil away for hours at their job, and they will work diligently. That's just how they're wired, you know. So I feel like a lot of women don't want to do certain type of jobs that we actually need in society, right? Like we don't need designers, more designers. We don't need, you know, I mean, journalism is cool and that stuff's cool, but, you know, what we need is, you know, shit to be built, designed, manufactured, perfected, right? This whole consumerism society, I just feel like it's taken a toll on the global economy, where, you know, TikTok and all this stuff that people are doing nowadays, just the world is super feminized, you know. The quality of things are deteriorating, and the look of it, the shine of it, is improving, right? Maybe not the car industry so much. That's the only thing I see that's really improving, but, you know, it's this consumerism society, um, planned obsolescence. Things are just, you know, we need these smart men to be thrust up into the world to create stuff, right? We need to. I feel like the women have been taken care of for the most part. And I know there's some things that need to be improved. I know there's some things that, you know, we could work on, of course, right? But what I'm saying is society is falling behind at a crazy, crazy rate. Things are very expensive. Um, you know, I just we got to work on this society. We really do. We really do. Um, you know, we have to fix the healthcare system. You know, there's just so much, but maybe I'll touch on this subject again. I'm feeling kind of gassed out. Did a couple different talks today, so yeah, Machiavelli out. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. You guys have a good night.